Welcome to another one video of Google Cloud. And in this video, we are going to discuss about VPC networks, which is the base of the cloud infrastructure. Uh, that's what we are going to deal right now. And we are getting into the uh, Cloud Skills Boost platform. And you can sign in. So So you can go with this link. So this one will be better than the normal Cloud Skill Boost link. So here you can directly go to the platform where you can access the lab. Once you got in, you can sign in. So I'll continue with my email ID. Now I'll check on the course compute engine. Compute engine. So this is what the platform where you can create networks, disk, then VMs, all those things. So I am getting into that, and we will get into a lab and we will practice all those commands. So choose this one. So you will have 40 minutes of time to use this lab. Okay, start. Once you clicked on the Start Lab account, you will get this one and you can launch with your own credits. So once it started, it will show you open Google Cloud Console like that. You can open it in a private window, which is suggested by the Google Cloud. And moreover, it will work perfectly in Edge over Google Chrome. I felt really embraced like um, even it is working perfect over Google Chrome. Edge is working perfectly and it's supporting well for this. Okay, so fine. We'll start with the things. So here you are provided with the CLI over here. So you can utilize this CLI. Once the time is over, it will automatically log out. So you not worry about that, and you can again get into the lab again and you can utilize. That's not a biggest deal. So you can click this one and you can utilize the commands over here. Parallelly, you can create the things here using the UI too. Okay. So first I'll discuss about the commands which are all used while creating a VPC network, and then we can discuss this via the browser, that is console, browser console. So before getting into this, we need at least two services to be enabled at the bare minimum. That is, one is G Cloud services, enable compute. That is, this comes under compute engine API. So compute Google APIs.com. And the other one, you have to create Cloud Resource Manager. Enable Cloud Resource Manager dot Google APIs.com. Okay, these are the minimum thing we need to use. Okay, these two services. So we'll start with the first VPC network command. That is, you can check whether there is a bare minimum, there will be some networks, right? So we have to check whether any networks available. So we are listing the networks list. So sorry, G Cloud I had missed out, G Compute I had provided, G Cloud, then Compute. So it's a pattern like under G Cloud, under Compute, under Networks, you are checking like G Cloud Compute Networks. So there is a default network, by default it will be there. And the subnet mode is auto, like custom subnet you can't able to create. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create um, my own network, which is like with the same thing, with the subnet mode as an auto subnet mode. Okay, and then we can create another one with custom mode. So G Cloud, the same thing, G Cloud, same thing. First one is compute, then on networks, then create, then your network name, my VPC, then your subnet mode. Subnet mode, I can say like I can say it as like auto. So in this way, you will create your own network, custom network. So it's created. Okay. So now we can make use of like can check whether the network created. Sorry. So we have the thing what we had created already, and we are going to create another one with subnet mode custom, and I'll make it as VPC custom. Okay, so now we had created two networks, one with a subnet mode auto, and the other one is based on subnet mode is on custom. So now we are going to see like how to create a subnet. Before getting into that, you might know about how this subnet will be calculated. Okay, so I'll disclose a formula for this. So before going to create the subnet, we have to check on the uh, this one network what we had created to get the network IP. So I'll get into that. G Cloud, Compute, Networks, describe, then your describe, then your network. So for this one, we had made subnet auto, right? So we'll describe this one. VPC network. Is it not so? What are the things? My VPC custom, right? Sorry, I forgot that. My VPC custom. So I can see like it will show you the details of the VPC network we had created. So to check the region, because defaultly there will be a region available for the particular cloud skills boost. So without knowing that, we can't able to create the subnet properly. So that I'm checking like the same thing. We are going to get like describing the subnet list of the first one so that you can get the region easily. Compute networks, subnets list, subnets list, then network is my VPC, right? That's the first one we had created. Yeah, this we can able to find the region easily. Yeah, US Central one is available for us. Okay. In this way, you can identify the subnets. That is the IP range. What is sorry, IP range and this one zone region you can able to identify. So this range should not be overlapped one with the other one. That it should not happen. Okay. So this is what the thing you have to make it clear. So the first thing, how we are going to calculate the subnet. That's the other thing we are going to discuss. Okay. So yeah. So I'll make a note over here. If you are having, um, yeah, it's not opening properly. Yeah, I think you might be able to see the things, right? So if your IP is like 192.168.192.168.10.0 and by the slash 24. So actually, an IP is a 32-bit thing. Okay. So IP has 32 bit. So each numbers, whatever we are mentioning over here, it will have 8 bits. Okay. So here the network is of size 28 bits, and in the last you can create 24 8 bits over there, right? So basically you can have like how many IPs you can able to get is 2 power 2 power 8. That is 2 power 8 in the sense it will come around 256 IPs you can able to create. That is 255 up to 255, 0 to 255 you can able to create. Okay, so this is what the basic of creating a subnet. And based upon the number of subnet you need to have, you can make the changes. Okay, so basically if you need 4 subnets, so if you need 4 subnets like here, that 4 subnet means you will split the IP addresses with into 4 partitions. So basically, if you are having a huge number of this one IP address available, means you can't able to manage it easily. There are some security flaws happening. So what we are going to do is we are going to limit the number of IPs by like totally we have to have like around 2 power 2 power 2 host bits, like 8 host bits we are having host bits minus 2. That's what the thing. So this is what we are going to do. But here the thing is host bits we are going for like 2 power 8 means it will go 256 minus 2 means 254 IPs we will get, right? So in that way, what we are going to do is we are going to limit this by going the IP address, network address like 26, like 192.168.10.20 sorry 0 slash 26. That is we are increasing to like, so that you will get around 26 means you will get 10 to power 6. That's what you will get. 2 power 6 in the sense it is like 64 IPs you will get. Okay. Now you can split it equally for as four subnets you can able to split. Okay. And here the usable IPs will be around 62 IPs, right? From 192.168.10.0 will not be available. So basically, it's not. It's for network identity, and point one is the gateway, and point 255. Um, it is also not usable. It's what the end of the thing. So you can't able to use these for reserved bits. Point 0, point 1, and point 255. So that was the sub NAT thing, the last one, 255. So these are the things we need to take care of. And I'm going to create a subnet over there. So G Cloud Compute Networks Subnets, and my subnet name is my subnet. Okay. And I am going to specify the network which is going to be bind with this. So mine is my VPC custom, right? And the IP range I can mention like 10 dot, can make it as 192 itself, 192.168 dot 1.0/24. So if you need the based upon the number of IPs you need, you can create a subnet. So I am having like I'm in need of like 256 means I can go with this one. And my region is as we had found earlier, the region is US Central 1. US Central 1. Okay. So I had made a mistake. Instead of create, I had given CRUT. Create. So I had given another one region. We can go with 35. Okay. So clear. The CIDR range exceeded. Yeah, I had made a mistake over here. That's the problem. So I'll make it as 10.168. Yeah. Before that, you should know about the public IPs and private IPs like Class A, Class B, all those things. You should know about that. So now we had created a subnet too. So you can check like G Cloud compute networks subnets list. So it will show the subnets, whatever you are having. Okay. So in this we can see the subnets of ours too. Can able to see ours too, like yeah, my subnet. You can see us, right? So we had created our subnet, and the next what we are going to do is we are going to, if you want to get the details of that one, you can give the describe command that you can check on that. Now we are going into the next one, that is what the firewall. If you want to describe that, you can describe that one. That's not a biggest deal. So for doing that, you have to make like, so you have to just make it like describe. Instead of this, you can make like describe. Okay. So you will get the description of your network. That's another thing. Okay. So gateway address is 1.1 and this IPR CDR range you had created is 110.168. So that's what the usable IP is, what you have. Okay. Fine. We'll get into the next one. We are going to create the firewall for the particular network. So G-Cloud, first we'll check on the firewalls, whatever we are having in G-Cloud compute, and then firewall rules list. So you'll have some default rules available over there. Even you can create your own firewall rule and apply to a particular network. Okay, so now we are going to do that. G-Cloud compute firewall rules create, then your firewall rule name allow SSH. So my network is network equal to my VPC custom, and then which port you are going to allow access. That I'm going to allow the SSH, which is what the port number 22. So TCP colon 22, all these were TCP, right? TCP, and you can mention from which source it can able to access. Okay, so it's basically based on the need what you are having. Okay, so source you can mention like source equal to source ranges, sorry, source ranges equal to 0.0.0.0/0. This means it can be accessed from anywhere. Okay, so it can be accessed from around the globe. So that's what the meaning of this one. So this is what the way you have to create a firewall. And if you want to create like a HTTPS firewall, then you can make it use of HTTP, then TCP 80 and 443 are the two things, right? So we can make it like 80, and you can make like TCP colon 443, right? These are the two things. So we can make, you can create that. Again, you can able to create and delete subnets as well as firewalls, all those things. Okay. Instead of create, you have to mention the particular delete command and your subnet name and then your region, all those things you have to mention, as well as deleting a rule also you have to uh, yeah, you have to mention the rule what you had created. I'm going to delete the allow ssh, delete. Okay, so now it got deleted. Yes. And the next what we are going to see is about the routes. So first we will list out the routes what are all available. Cloud compute routes list. So these are the default routes you are having. And next we are going to create our own route. So gcloud compute route routes, then create my route, and then you can mention from which network, when reaching which network it should be routed, that you have to mention. I'll mention it as VPC, my VPC custom, and it should route to the destination range, like which destination it has to reach. So I'll make it as like destination range equal to 10 dot, already 168 we had mentioned. I'll make it as 198 dot 1 dot 0 slash 24, and the next hop is my internet gateway. That's what I'm going to use. Okay, next hop gateway. So many things are there like this. Next hop default gateway or VPN tunnel, all those things are available. You can search over the internet. So many options are there. I'm using this one. Oh, so okay. I'll make destination range. I'll make it as like 178 is also not available. Okay, yeah. The problem I had made, the mistake is not that one. Can make like 198. That's not the biggest deal. The problem I had made is I had not mentioned this. I had only given three. bits, that is 10, 178, and 10. So instead of 1.0, I had given 10. Yeah, it's created. So the router, what we planned, it's created. Okay. So there are so many types of this one next pops. I will list it out. Yeah. I'll show you the types of hops available. So, we had right now seen the thing like internet gateway, right? So now I am showing the others. One is internet gateway. Already we had seen. Okay. And the next we are going to see is the hope instance. So it will, you can mention like next hope instance, instance equal to the instance name. Okay. Like this you can mention along with the next scope instance region 2 you can mention next hope instance zone. Yeah, zone, you can mention the zone too. Okay, that's one way. And the other way you can go with next scope like load balancer. You can mention the load balancer rule over here, like rule. Okay, and even you can use VPN tunnel. So this is what from on-premise, if you are connecting or if you are going to reach an on-premise thing, then you can use VPN tunnels to connect on-premise one and this one, and your VPN tunnel name over here. Then finally, this one network peering, that also you can use. So before that, I'll let you know about what is network peering. Okay. So network peering in the sense it will enable you to create communication between two different networks. So the command what we need to use is gcloud compute networks peerings networks peerings create, then your peer name, peer VPC, and you have to mention the both the networks. So network equal to my VPC, and the peered network which is going to be attached with this one is my custom one. Okay, sorry, my VPC custom. So likewise you can create the peers, sorry, peerings, like a peer d peerings. So now he had created the peerings, and these peerings will have different forms like legacy, then standard, like that. Some methods are there that we will See, while creating the Cloud SQL thing, uh, connecting the Cloud SQL thing that we can do, that is legacy in the sense it's a routing. So basically, there are something like legacy and standard while choosing the routing, and this standard also having further thing that when we are going to through the UI, we can able to explore all these things. Okay, I'll show that in the UI, and even you can list the pairings available. Okay, yeah. So okay. Okay, I got logged in with another account at Cloud Sales account again. Now we will make the same thing via UI. So VPC Networks. So there is a default one. We are going to create a new one. So I'll make it as my VPC, and yeah, you can create your own subnet. I'll make it as 10.168.1.0/24. Okay, and description, name of that, forget this one, sorry. My subnet, and then the region, the only available one is central one, and I can make it as 10.0.1.0. And this one, yeah, whenever you are making an IP, I forgot to mention this one. Yeah, there is a thing called private IP Google access. So if you need to like it's what like if you need to enable this one, it will provide your private IP Google access, which is the internal Google access things like Google resource access things. So we can make it as on. And if you want to create any rules over there, these are the rules already. Uh, it's automatically create. You can enable any one of the firewall. And the routing, coming to routing, there are two things. One is global routing. You can route through all the regions around the world. And coming to regional means it will utilize the region what you are using actually. So region we are using is US Central. Within that, the routing will happen. And DNS configuration is option. And we are not having any DNS zone right now. So we are not going to utilize that. Okay, so these are the things like when you are going for the routing, and yeah, a routing mode selection, the default one is legacy mode. And when you are going for standard, it will go for two more things like med. There is a thing called med. So if you are adding med means it is nothing but multi-exit discriminator. With this, you can go with other routing options like you can make like the routing will go with different IP exits like that you can mention. Yeah, that's what the thing about this. And other things like we are having inter-region, then route priority, like that some other things are there, but it will be displayed in the paid one, not in the this one cloud skill boost thing. So we can go with the legacy one. It's not a biggest deal actually. So now your network is created. Once it is created, we can check with our so IP addresses we are not having yet because we have not assigned any IP address till now. So you can go for internal and external IPs also. That also we can able to do. Okay. So coming to these IP addresses, so we can reserve some internal IP and external IPs. So if you are reserving like let you can imagine like when you are having a modem in your home and when you are switching on your modem and connecting your TV, connecting your laptop, connecting your mobiles, each and everything will be provided with an IP address. And you need a particular IP should be it should be hold. It will be always available for you means you can create a reserve internal IP and you can make a reserve internal IP. Okay, and you can make like my VPC and subnet is my subnet. So assign automatically or let me choose also we can use. You can go with this is the range. So you can go with like 10.0.1 dot like 12 we can make it. That's the IP I'm going to reserve. You can make shared IP or non-shared. It can be shared with some other um, like some other networks or some other devices that also you can use. When non-shared we can create. So this is what the way you have to create the reserved IP, internal IP, and you can create reserved external IP too. My reserved X. Okay. So we can go with standard. So premium and standard in the sense you can premium one will have like so you can reserve an external IP and internal IP and the external IP you have to give the name then the premium versus standard mean premium is the global one and and it will have auto load balancing and standard one it is not having auto load balancing. And coming to this you have to choose the region and attach to if you are having VM you can attach over there and you can click on reserve you will get an external IP like this. And coming to reserve internal you have to give the name and then the description then your network you have to choose the network and then you can give an IP what you can choose like your custom IP you have to give within the network range what you had created. Okay, so then you have to give non-shared or shared. Shared means it will share along with devices, or non-shared means it will not share along with the devices. And here you can create the web VPC routes. You can see the routes what are all available for your particular network. And in the network peering, you can create a network peer like my network peer and you can choose the VPC network. Even you can link with other projects too. And basically, this single stack and dual stack means single stack it will support IPv4 only, and double stack means it will go for IPv4 and IPv6, and then you can import custom routes whatever you had created earlier. If you are mentioning that it will create import the custom routes too. Okay, other than you can leave it right and you can create the peer. So these are the things you can explore in VPC network. So you can click on the network what you had created. Subnets you can able to see the subnet, then the static internal IP address, and the firewall. So endpoint groups we are not going to discuss right now because it will come under security IP. That later on we will check on these things. Then routes, the default route based upon the region we can check. We'll have the routes over there. Then our network peering what we had created, and private service access. Yeah, we are having Google private service access. And this one you need to use a service networking API, then we will see later on. And DNS also we are not having right now. We can create a managed phone later on while we are going for the security things. So yeah, that's all about the VPC networks. Yeah, I forgot to mention another thing. Another thing I had forgot to mention. So the command to create along with the private access, right? That I'll show you that one too. That is G Cloud. Where is my cursor? G Cloud Compute Networks create my VPC custom with subnet mode equal to custom. So now I had created my own network. Then I'll create a private subnet with private Google access enabled. That's what our motto, right? So we will create that one again. So it's got created. So the again create subnets we have to create, right? So we have to add the keyword subnets, subnets. Then create my custom my subnet custom. Okay, so and I have to mention the network name under which network. So network equal to my VPC custom, right? Custom, and then the IP range, subnet IP range. So range equal to 10.0 dot um, I'll make that 2.0 slash 24. Then the region, I think it's US Central, I think. Region equal to US Central 1. Then the final thing is enable private. This is what the tag you have to give. Private IP Google access. Google access. So it is created. Now you had created with Google access. Okay, so you can check whether it is having Google access. You can check that, like you can region, no need. Okay, now I can delete this. After your central is needed, and you don't need the custom range and all for this command. You need this, and network 2 not needed. Okay, just you have to edit this one, describe, so you can see like whether it is having the access. So you can see like you have the access for that. So it is enabled true, and you can able to this one private IPv6 Google access is not there. IP Google access is. So like this you can create. Yeah, that's all about the VPC network. We can see in another one video about GCP again. Thank you for watching.